So great, I've got Anna Clemann here, who's a small business owner, and she works out of home. How are you finding that, working out of home?
Fantastic. Working out of home is great. I'm able to have it set up, a part of my house set up for the business, so it allows another part to be for home life, so I can keep them very separate, which I think is quite important. I am able to have clients over to the home and it still has a very business feel to it, but it's probably a little bit more relaxed as well, which is quite nice, a bit of a homely feel.
So a lot of people watching out there would think that you're living your dream. You've got your own business, you're self-employed. Does that mean you make heaps of money, you can have holidays whenever you want, and is that the way it works?
No, not exactly. It would be great if that was the way it was. Heaps of money is probably in the eye of the beholder. I make enough money, and it does allow me to have some freedoms. It doesn't mean I can take a holiday 6 months of the year and only work 6 months. That would be nice. But
not yet.
Not yet. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it does allow me to be able to take a couple of holidays, short holidays and maybe one nice overseas holiday. It allows me to run the business the way I want to run it and to be free to do that as well.
Okay, so you set up your business, how long, 3 years ago?
Full-time 3 years ago.
Yep.
So I actually started the business about 9 years ago, but I was still working full-time at the time. And then I gradually pulled back into part-time work. So I did the business part-time and still worked part-time. And then, about 3 years ago, I went into the business full-time.
So how hard was this transition, going from working for someone to working for yourself? Suddenly you had a different boss. How did the boss treat you?
I think she was a little bit too relaxed, actually. I think she took it too easy and thought things would come quite easily to me. So I think that transition was actually harder. It was, I like to have structure and I work well to deadlines if somebody gives those to me. So to do them myself wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. And I thought I knew a lot and I didn't. So it was a very sharp learning curve to say, okay, this isn't a walk in the park. It's not easy. You do have to work at it.
What was your backup plan if you didn't succeed?
If I didn't exceed, my backup plan was just to go back to working for an employer.
So you felt you could do that?
I did, yes. Yeah. So I had qualifications in the work I was doing. I had a degree and I had qualifications and I could do it, but I really didn't want to do it. So I wasn't overly enjoying the area I was in, and I didn't really like working full-time for somebody else either. So. Okay,
so a year or so ago, you gave me a call. Yep. You felt you needed some coaching in your business.
Yep.
What was it? What was the reason you called me? Where were you at that point?
So my business it hadn't moved. It hadn't grown, it hadn't moved up. I wasn't getting in the clientele numbers that I wanted, and I wasn't getting the clientele I wanted. So therefore I wasn't making the money that I needed to and wanted to sustain a business. And I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to take it to that level. I didn't know how to be a business person, I guess, was a big part of it as well. So I knew how to do the work, but I didn't know how to be a business person to get clients in and to get them spending money.
So one of the first things we did was start to brand your business.
Yes.
You were at the point you needed to change your website. So we had to make sure we got that right, that we had to get a good brand at the beginning, but a brand that suited you as a person and your personality.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
so we worked hard on that.
We did, yeah. That was really important because when I first started out, I'd sort of thrown together a look for the company, and it was a look I thought worked but really didn't, and it focused on the wrong kind of thing, and that didn't help in bringing in clientele either. So a big part was to rebrand and to make it much more focused on what I want it focused on, to get colours right, to get me right, I guess, as well, and to have the website and branding all working as one.
That's great. So after we sorted out the branding, we developed this great website, but as we went along also, we were working on you keeping records because you hadn't got the numbers. So when I asked a question, you know, what were your sales today? What was your average sale? You didn't know.
No, I didn't. I had absolutely no idea. I literally pulled a figure out of the air, which was clearly shows how unbusiness minded I was. So one of the very first things was to have a look back over what I had,
right,
and look at it, but then also to start keeping records on a regular basis, day-to-day basis, and then looking at the averages. So we sat down and we set out what a good average would be, and so I've been able to track how that progress has gone from the start of the year to now, how it's grown, and what I keep in that record keeping too is anything I might have changed. So, I might have changed one aspect of the business to do it a different way that you'd suggested.
And see what effect it's had.
Exactly. See if it increased sales or what effect it might have had. Yeah. So record keeping has been great.
So that tracking is very important, but you've got to have real numbers.
Yes.
You can't run a business on a lot on gut feeling.
No.
You've got to have the real numbers about where you're at. So we worked on that. So now you keep great records. You know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are a lot of business owners out there who, would like to learn your experience from your experiences. What are the 4 things that you found the benefit of coaching? What have I helped you with as a coach? What are 4 areas?
Okay. So I guess the 4 main things that I found great. The first would be instruction. So instruction sort of ranged on a lot of things, but one of the main areas would be how to track my progress, so record keeping, how to have forms and aspects done so that I could answer questions better and take better records when speaking to clients, and just to show that I was working in a good way. The second would be answering client inquiries, so whether that be by phone or by email. And the great thing about that would be how answering the inquiries would help me move from just having a chat to somebody to actually making them a client. The third, which we touched on a little bit, was the third one was the creating a brand. So making a brand that fitted with me and my personality, but that would also bring in the clientele I wanted and give the business an overall look and feel. And the last one would have been the support and the ongoing support. So it wasn't just, here you go, here is, a couple of phone calls, a couple of this, and then we're done. It was ongoing support through either email or phone, Skype. So being able to get in contact with Bernie if I had an idea or if I needed to run something by him, and he would be able to say help me out with it or give me suggestions on how to make it better and for it to work, to be able to bring in the clients and the money.
So that's great, Anna. Thanks very much, and we hope those watching got something out of this. And you've been a great client, Anna. Your success is my success. When I see a business grow like yours, it's really exciting. Now we've come to a difficult point. You've got too much work.
Yes, there is such thing as too much work.
So now we've got to get back in there and sort that out.
Absolutely.
So thanks for your time, because I know it's precious.
No problem,
And
thank you.
Thanks all.